It's coming up on late afternoon in the day, and I've discovered that for me personally, that generally speaking, as I get to the later part of the day, that's where I typically will see myself get a little more, and it makes sense. You feel more tired, but when I start out the day, especially when I have time to do my practices like heart coherence and reading and listening to things and maybe a little extra meditation if I manage to work that in. Man, starting off the day, I'm just like in such a, generally speaking, oftentimes I'm in a place of peace and just ready to meet the day and be present and all the beautiful things. Then, especially, well, you know what? Not just a work day, but even on the weekends, by the later parts of the day, it's like the later it gets, it's almost like those good vibes wear off. And it does help. It really does if I take time throughout the day to stop and be still and go within or, um, actually engage in some meditation or just focusing on a chakra and just for a couple few minutes. It really does help. But if I don't do that consistently, Mabel has something to say about it. My dog. If I don't do that consistently throughout the day, I feel it. And I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it right now. I don't feel bad or anything. I just feel, um, you know, just more tired and more like, all right, I'm ready to get done with stuff and just chill and relax. And um, so it just feels like the good vibes have dissipated throughout the day. So that's just the way that it goes, I guess. But again, I have the power to engage in that. And then so as I get through the day, one of the other things that I've noticed as I sort of feel those good vibes dissipate is I feel like more and more I have thoughts of that creep in about what I need to take care of, what I need to do, and a lot of it has to do with trying to meet others' expectations and having thoughts about how, like for example, I'm scheduled to meet with my mentor tomorrow, and I I found myself right before this video thinking through like playing a conversation in my head that I would have with him about how I would basically be explaining myself, where I'm at, why I'm here, why I'm having the thoughts I am, and things like that. And I just became aware that of that sort of inner dialogue that was happening, and I totally like, all right, I accept it, I feel it, I see what's going on here. It's perfectly fine. It is later in the day, and I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I don't have to be concerned about how I'm going to be perceived, especially by him, somebody that is in my corner and wants the best for me and has helped me to evolve and elevate. So I don't need to expend any more mental energy on any of that. And so I am grateful that more and more I'm catching these things happening, and then just accepting and allowing them and moving on. And that is part of the work that's been happening in me. I mean, actually, a massive part of the work that has been happening in me, in my evolution, my journey over the past, especially year or two, is really just living life in the freedom from others' perceptions, what other people think, what other people feel about me, what other people could project on me. Whew, man, I gotta tell you, it has not been a light switch transformation by any stretch, but the gradual, progressive liberation that has happened in that area has just been so beautiful. And Again, I've not arrived by any means where I am just 100% a free spirit and just do think whatever I want with no cares of what anybody else thinks about me. As of right now, that is not the case. But man, have I come a long way. Man, have I come a long way over the years. And I'm super grateful for that progress. I'm super grateful to me, to 1 year ago, Eric, 2 years ago, Eric. I'm super grateful for 10 years ago, Eric. I'm super grateful for 20 years ago, Eric, for 30 years ago, Eric, 40 years ago, Eric, 50 years ago, Eric. I'm super grateful for the younger versions of me that hung in there, that stuck it out, that did the best he could with what he had in those moments. Thank you, young man. Thank you, middle-aged man. Thank you, child, boy, adolescent, teen, 20-something year old, 30-something year old, 40-something year old, 50-something year old. Thank you for showing up, for doing the best you could to get us here where we are. It's been quite the journey. So I take that with me the rest of this day and tomorrow, that sense of gratitude that my younger self was looking out for me. And it's helped to get me where I am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.